Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. I was going to take a break and do some yard work because it's 5:30, but I just don't feel like it today. I might do a little bit later. It's a beautiful day, and we'll have a couple of more beautiful days for the grass to dry out. But I wanted to discuss a really important topic, and one of the topics is revenge for hire. Now, I'm in my 60s, and back in the day, organized crime would get revenge on somebody that did them wrong. It was a business partner, their wife was cheating on them, or one of their best buddies was cheating with his wife, or something like that. A competitor, let's say, or just somebody that did them wrong, and they would want to get revenge on that person. And then, you'd end up hearing about somebody floating down the East River, and it could be one of those situations. Well, we haven't heard about that so much. But what's happening in this country is revenge for hire. It's called gang stalking, organized stalking. It's organized crime. Anybody who doesn't like you, who has a friend in a position of authority, a friend in the FBI, who has a friend who's a judge, a friend who's a lawyer, a friend who's a sheriff, who has connections with other organized crime members, or paying somebody under the table. Listen, hey, buddy, that woman over there or that guy over there, they're a competitor of mine, and we just want to ruin their life. Get them out of our way. Well, there are services out there, and I'm not suggesting anybody hire these people, but there are services out there that do just that. One infamous one is called Nefarious Jobs. Okay? I'm going to just show you nefariousjobs.com. Nefarious jobs, the best revenge for hire service in the world. Nefarious job is a reputation shredder. They will spread the slander and the gossip and the lies and photograph you, Photoshop you. Hey, look at this. You can give a goat some person's eyes here. Or you can slander somebody with ridiculous information that losers believe, that your family members will believe. Well, anyway, I researched them on the Better Business Bureau, okay? Why not? So the Better Business Bureau rating is a C+. The business is not accredited. It's not Better Business Bureau accredited. And it has one complaint that's been closed in 3 years, and another complaint that was closed in 12 months. Well, who would hire a service like Nefarious Jobs, right? Why would you think they're going to do a good job for you? They're located in San Francisco, California. So now Nefarious Jobs says that they have reviews here. The nefarious way. What is the nefarious way? Okay, the nefarious way is, if you kick me when I'm down, you better pray I don't get up. Nefarious Jobs is the world's most famous revenge for hire service. For over 10 years, we have been assisting clients with the most difficult situations and have aided them when traditional manners of recourse have failed them. Traditional meaning you have an argument with somebody, you talk it out. You don't like somebody, you turn your cheek, you walk in the other direction. You piss off a narcissist, you just move away from them. You file a lawsuit and you win. Okay, it's over. But no, not for these losers. Not for somebody that wants to get even. There is no problem with burying the hatchet as long as it's in the suit of the skill of your adversaries, they're saying here. So they hire people in nefarious jobs to get revenge on people you don't like. And then, how about this? Revenge for hire. Join today. Revenge for hire. Don't feel bad. Connect to our exclusive network of experts, anonymous and confidential. Bagman at revengeforhire.com. You join as a member. Members can communicate anonymously and securely with their exclusive network of revenge experts. Through confidential communication, members will be able to get revenge ideas, expert advice, and maybe even someone do their dirty work for them. So they will have somebody on call that you can hire. And the annual membership fee is $50. And you can cancel at any time. Services you can procure through their network. How can I trust you sleazeballs with my credit card and personal information? It's simple, you don't have to. All of our payments are handled by Stripe, the industry leader. Will you ruin someone's life for me? There's a very good chance that you may or may not find someone on our network who will be happy to ruin someone's life for you. We have nothing to do with that, however. Revenge for Hire only provides the network and a layer of anonymity. Okay? So, I decided to go to ChatGPT. Why not? Why not? So first I wanted to ask ChatGPT about premeditated retaliation, because that's what it is. It's premeditated. It refers to a deliberate and calculated act of revenge or retribution. In the context of retaliation, it typically involves planning and executing a response to an action or perceived wrongdoing by somebody else. This type of retaliation is not spontaneous, but rather it is thought out in advance, often with the intent to inflict harm or seek justice in response to a perceived injustice or harm inflicted upon oneself or others. For example, if a business competitor engages in unethical practices that harm your company, premeditated retaliation might involve carefully planning and executing a strategic response, such as launching a counter campaign to expose their wrongdoing or taking legal action against them. I mean, this is what normal people do, right? In personal conflicts, premeditated retaliation could involve plotting revenge against someone who has wronged you, such as spreading rumors or orchestrating a scheme to undermine their reputation or well-being. Oh, my neighbors do that. They scheme in here all the time, spreading rumors about me. I've even had people that they've spread rumors to tell me that they're spreading rumors about me. Yeah. Premeditative retaliation can vary in severity and form, ranging from subtle acts of sabotage to more overt forms of aggression or harm. However, regardless of the specific actions taken, premeditated retaliation is characterized by careful planning and intentionally in seeking retribution or justice. Premeditative retaliation can indeed be considered a crime, depending on the nature and severity of retaliation, as well as the laws in the jurisdiction where it occurs. In many legal systems, premeditative retaliation may fall under various criminal charges, such as assault, harassment, stalking, vandalism, trespassing, or even more offenses like conspiracy or attempted murder, if the retaliation involves significant harm or violence. Prosecution of premeditated retaliation typically involves several steps. There's an investigation. Well, yeah, we can only hope that law enforcement authorities will conduct an investigation to gather evidence related to the retaliation, including any planning or premeditation involved. the motive behind the retaliation and the harm caused to the victim. Well, that's never happens here. It's never happens here in Kentucky. It's never happens in New Jersey. Charging. Based on the findings of the investigation, prosecutors may decide to file formal charges against the individual or individuals responsible for the premeditated retaliation. The specific charges will depend on the laws and the jurisdiction and the circumstances of the case. You can have a trial. The accused will then stand trial in a court of law, where prosecutors will present the evidence to prove that the retaliation was premeditated and that the accused is guilty of the charges brought against them. The accused will have the opportunity to defend themselves and present their own evidence or arguments. Oh yeah, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to see that. Guys, I bet you too. Can't you wait to see what your perp's evidence or arguments are about you? Verdict. After hearing the evidence and arguments from both sides, the judge or jury will reach a verdict determining whether the accused is guilty or not guilty of the charges. If found guilty, the accused will be sentenced according to the applicable laws, which may include imprisonment, fines, probation, or other penalties. Appeals, and in some cases, the accused may have the right to appeal the verdict of a sentence if they believe that there were errors in the legal process or if new evidence emerges. Prosecution of premeditated retaliation requires proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the accused intentionally planned and carried out the retaliatory act with a specific intent to harm or seek revenge against the victim. This can be challenging, but it's essential for securing a conviction in such cases. So then I asked ChatGPT, are public companies that advertise revenge for hire hits to ruin a person's life considered legal services? ChatGPT responds, public companies that advertise revenge for hire hits to ruin a person's life would likely be considered illegal services. I'm sorry, I should have said illegal services. So ChatGPT says, yes, public companies that advertise revenge for hire hits to ruin a person's life would likely be considered illegal services. Such services involve facilitating and promoting criminal activities, including harassment, defamation, stalking, and even physical harm, which are all illegal under the laws of most jurisdictions. Advertising or offering services that encourage or facilitate illegal activities in itself is a crime in many places. Additionally, actively participating or promoting actions that intentionally harm others can result in civil lawsuits for damages as well as criminal charges for conspiracy, solicitation, or aiding and abetting criminal behavior. And I wrote about aiding and abetting in criminal behavior on my YouTube channel a few weeks ago. Last month, in fact. Aiding and abetting. Law enforcement agencies often closely monitor and investigate companies for individuals involved in offering illegal services such as revenge for hire. And they may face serious legal consequences including fines, imprisonment, and the shutdown of their operations. It's important for individuals and businesses to adhere to legal and ethical standards in their activities, and suspicions of illegal services being offered should be reported to the appropriate authorities for investigation and enforcement action. Well, thank you, ChatGPT, because that's exactly what I did. I wrote to our senator and member of Congress, and I provided him the URLs and information on all these websites just a few months ago. Let's see what happens. Yes, public companies that advertise revenge for hire hits to ruin a person's life would likely be considered illegal services. And that goes for, to include, and it's not limited to, gang stalking. Gang stalking. Community watch groups that spread rumors and slander in communities to deliberately ruin a person's life, deliberately sabotage their relationships, illegal break-ins, microwave weapons, throwing radio frequencies to hit the metal roofs of the building that are recorded on video cameras. Yes, it is all illegal. It's all illegal. It's also illegal to falsify a police incident report. Right, Thomas Mantle? It's illegal. It's criminal to fake information on an incident report against an individual who's innocent. Right, Manalapan Police Department? Yeah. Well, anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, exposing one criminal at a time. Revenge for hire websites that advertise ruining or destroying another person's life is illegal. And if you encounter it, go to those websites and report it to your local authorities. Well, not necessarily your report it to your congressperson, report it to your governor, report it to your mayor. Because these are the companies that are hiring people like the criminals that stalk you and I. These are the people that give jobs to these fusion center operatives and these InfraGard losers. These people that trespass your property and mine. The self-entitled, malignant narcissists. And of course then, we must remember that whomever is calling these people to request their services, those people should be investigated and or arrested and or charged with criminal stalking, harassment of people. If somebody doesn't like the way you do business, go on your merry way. If you don't like the fact, like you big national cat rescue person, you don't like the fact that I don't ear tip my rescues, but you do, because it makes it easier for you to identify the cats outside, well, that's your problem. That's not my mission. My mission is not to maim and murder and unalive innocent animals that are living their best possible life outside as a feral cat. They're not community animals. They're not community cats. The community doesn't own them. No. But that's great justification for being trapping, neutering, and returning and vaccinating kittens and throwing them back outside without recovery, ear tipping them. Yeah, so they could get neurological damage, and when you ear tip it too low, they get a head tilt for life, vestibular damage to an innocent animal that will likely die in a very short period of time. Oh, and it does, since we all know that at least 30% of your TNR victims end up unalive after your TNR. Yes. So that's what happens when somebody doesn't like the way you do things compared to the way they do things, because I'm not in it for the profit. I'm in it for taking good care of my animals. I'm not a multi-million-dollar animal rescue person. We barely have enough money to pay our food bill on a monthly basis. But that's my little rant for today. There are people out there that hire other people, private contractors, to get revenge on somebody that they don't like, who does things differently. If you filed a complaint against somebody, it doesn't really matter. It's all illegal. Please hit the thumbs up. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading.